So welcome, parents and students. Thank you for coming to the Gifted Enrichment Success Academy orientation for our Success Academy for the spring, beginning February 27th. So welcome. My name is Dr. Michelle Rainey Woods. I'm interim administrator of Access, Equity, and Acceleration. With us, we have Dr. Jamila Gillenwaters, who's coordinator, Ms. Danielle Evers, instructional specialist, Ms. Yano, senior secretary, and Ms. Murtis Williams, who's the secretary. So all participants, in our program, just a little grounding activity in what resonates with you. So you're going to see a short video, a 1 minute video, and you look at the statements statements you see. Black teachers make a difference, and then you see a quote from Harvard Education Magazine. So we're going to look at all of those and then want to know what resonates with you. So we'll begin now. What resonates with you?
I had a teacher that told me, your kind won't amount to anything. She really didn't expect much from me. I was the only black girl in my class from 3rd through 6th grade, and I always felt like I needed to prove that my kind will do something.
A lot of people think that, especially with poor African American students, that they are not going to amount to much.
Our expectations for our children at this point, they need to be different. I need to look at you and you know that I expect and I demand more of you, young black man and young woman. Like, I expect and demand more of you.
I think it's very clear to them when they're not being challenged, when they know that they want to do more, they can do more. Multiple students said the same thing about that one teacher that gets it right. They really feel inspired and makes them want to do more.
She was like, I believe in you. She was like, because you're very intelligent and everything like that. And by the end of the year, I was 2 points away from A, and I was mad.
And when I see that aha moment in their lives where they're excited about who they are and what they can be, and say, you know what, I never thought about I could be a doctor. I never thought that I could be a lawyer or an advocate or activist until Ms. Parker or somebody showed it in me.
I see you have faith in me and I have faith in myself, and that shows me that I can actually be somebody.
Okay, so you see the video, and then it's really important that students have people who reflect back to them their language, their culture, their ethnicity, their religion. It doesn't mean all the people in their lives have to do that mirroring, but they should have some. And we know that in teaching, in the teaching profession, there really aren't enough mirrors. So what's reflected, when you look at your teachers? And then Black teachers make a difference. Speaking of persistently low-income Black boys, if they have a teacher, Black teacher in 3rd, 5th grade, 29% increase in pursuing college and 39% less chance of dropping out of high school. So you see those 3 examples and what resonates with you. And we can put that in the chat. We'll just share a little bit what you've said. So what resonates? And this is for students and parents. So I see higher expectations, not a lower bar. And I was just writing in the chat, it makes me feel good when I see a woman in mathematics because I majored in mathematics. So it makes me feel good that I'm represented that way. So teachers of color can relate to the academic struggles students experience and create tools to increase their success. All right, thank you. I feel responsible for making sure that my child reaches for higher goals. Thank you. So thank you for sharing that, because what you've said is exactly what we wanted to make sure that we impress upon the program, impress upon our instructors and our students, that we care about you. We want to make sure the best is for you, and it's a higher bar. We want to make sure that we are fulfilling the needs of our students. And the reason that this program was provided for the gifted network was some parents were saying, we don't want just intervention programs, we want enrichment programs. What can we do to make sure that our students, our child has been exposed to all the rigor that's out there, have accessibility to all the different programs? So that's just basically the reason why we have this program, to make sure that we address the needs of our students and our families. So just going over the agenda, so we are going to provide the why. Introduction of our instructors, they're all here with the exception of one, about the classes, and then the reminders that we have for the program, and any questions that you may have. So again, the why was, we don't just need, our students do not just need academic interventions. We want some rigorous programs for our students to accelerate their learning and their outcomes. And that we see the intelligence is their asset, is an asset. Sometimes when students are considered or identified, as gifted, we don't see all the talents. I might be gifted in art, and is that an asset? Make sure that whatever we bring, our culture, our the real world applications, that their intelligence is an asset, and make sure that even though they may feel that they're different, that is truly an asset for our students. So now we're going to meet the team. So I've introduced myself, Dr. Michelle Rainey Woods, and we have Dr. Gillen Waters, and a coordinator, and Danielle Evers, who is a specialist. And now the teachers are going to introduce themselves and their programs. So Dr. Albanez could not make it today, but she did send a video just to make sure that you knew who she was and how excited she is about the program.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Albanez, and I am proud to be one of the Academy teachers for this semester. Currently, I am the Verizon Innovative Learning Coach at Webster Middle and C Magnet. A fun fact about me is that, and some of you might remember from last time, if you were here, was that I have a pet pigeon that thinks she's a dog. Her name is Lover, and we got her when she was a baby. And we had to teach her how to fly because she had no idea that she could. That was quite interesting. So the session that I will be teaching are math and science for grades 6 through 8. We're going to be learning about the science of game design. All of my students will have the chance to build and design their own computer games that teach others about math and science concepts. During the course, students will collaborate with their peers and develop their coding skills, problem solve, and they will learn to create, remix, and customize their own games. When students finish designing their games, they will have the opportunity to publish them and share them with family and friends so that they can try and beat each other's scores. The focus of the class will be learning through game and game design. Can't wait to meet you all and see you soon.
And thank you, Dr. Albanez. She's not here, but we're going to thank her. And just let you know that we're recording this session, and we'll put it on our website. So if you've missed any part of it, or you want to look back on the recording, you will be able to access that through our website. And we'll give that information shortly. So now we have Mrs. Latrice Washington, who will be teaching creative writing.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mrs. Latrice Washington, and as Dr. Woods stated, I am an English language arts teacher, and I am the 6th through 8th grade creative writing teacher for our Enrichment Success Academy. Currently, I teach English language arts at King Drew Magnet High School of Medicine and Science, primarily with the 9th and 10th grade students. Professionally, prior to becoming a teacher, I was a professional writer and have written narration and voiceover scripts and original short stories and screenplays. I've also produced reality-based documentaries, and I began my career in entertainment as a coordinator for the Soul Train Music Awards and the Lady of Soul Awards. The images you see on screen are a few logos of those programs. My education, I received a Bachelor of Art in Theater Arts from Humboldt State University, as well as a Master of Art in English and Creative Writing with an emphasis in screenwriting from Southern New Hampshire University, which is why I enjoy teaching creative writing so much. And in order to be a teacher here in California, I do hold a single subject credential in English from CSU Dominguez Hills. But that's enough about me. Let's talk about our creative writing program. The class that I teach builds on writing, critical thinking, and language arts skills, which offer students an outlet in which to explore their own story-related interests and abilities. So students will learn about various genres of writing while exploring their own creativity. They will also practice proofreading, peer editing, and revising because those are crucial skills needed in order to pursue writing as a career or as a hobby. Reading is also an essential part of our class as we will be looking at models of different writing to help us improve. Learning targets for my course are that all students will be able to understand and practice the writing process from pre-writing through best draft, which includes multiple experiments with language. So I never tell students that we have a final draft. We work towards a best draft, which is the best version in that moment of the writing. Students will also be able to identify and analyze literary elements in the text that they read so that they can efficiently include those same literary elements into their own writing. My goal is for all students to be able to strengthen the development of their critical thinking skills by comparing and contrasting various pieces of literature to the examples of writing that we are reviewing and/or exploring. Lastly, here is an overview of my course and what each student should expect over the next 7 weeks. I have broken our curriculum down in order to help young writers become comfortable with writing creatively and letting their voices soar. So I hope that I will see you in my workshop and that we will go on this creative journey together. And with that, I will see you soon.
Thank you, Ms. Washington. Appreciate your presentation. Look forward to your class. So we will have Mr. Williams.
Yes, how are you doing? Good evening, parents and everyone. My name is Greg Williams, and I believe there's a video already embedded. But just quickly, I'm a product of LAUSD, very proud product. And this is a special moment because Dr. Woods, she started the first magnet program at Curtis Middle School. She was Miss Rainey then. And it was very important because coming from Century Park Elementary School, I didn't see any adults or teachers who looked like me until I got to Curtis in the 6th grade and saw her. And so she's known me since I was 11 years old. So I'm just grateful for her and that experience. So I've taught English for 5 years at Narbonne High School, and currently I serve Wright Middle School as an SEL, Standard English Language Coach. And our goal is to help students master academic English, but also to build their literacy skills as a coach. And just like Mrs. Washington, you know, we want to enhance the students' critical thinking skills. I love the arts, I love music, and so I want to bring that into the course. You know, we will analyze song lyrics. Students will create their own songs. We'll look at socially conscious lyrics as well as poetry by greats like Gwendolyn Brooks and even our very own Amanda Gorman, right? I want to make this course very relevant to what students do and what they know. We'll look at critical media literacy. TV shows will examine archetypes, past and present. And we'll also do a lot of creative writing, narrative writing. Students will write their own poems and use ed tech, book creator. I want to give the students autonomy. So book creator, soundtrack, podcasting, whatever they will want to utilize to demonstrate their learning from this course. Hello, parents. How are you doing? Welcome. My name is Greg Williams Jr., and I will be the instructor for creative writing in the GNAASF's creative writing program. The dates will be from February 27th to April 24th. I just want to briefly give you an overview or course description of what you and your students can expect with this class. So we will explore poetry and spoken word. We will also analyze song lyrics for deeper meaning. Students will construct their own poems and will have the choice or autonomy to record their own spoken word clips if they would like to. They will also be able to create their own songs. We'll take a favorite song and analyze those lyrics for deeper meaning, as well as create their own song lyrics that are socially conscious. We will also engage in critical media literacy. We will look at sitcoms, TV shows, past and present, reality TV networks, to look at archetypes that were started from antebellum slavery until now. Also, using the civically engaged classroom questions and questioning technique to have students critically interrogate the images and the media that they consume. We will also write restaurant reviews. This course will also look at authentic literacy and relevant literacy. So it's important that our students know how to advocate for themselves. So if they want to write restaurant reviews, they want to analyze speeches and write speech reviews, album reviews, book reviews, movie reviews, and also performance reviews. And lastly, students will take a deep dive into contemporary critical scholars that represent them and speak to issues that directly impact them. Why wait until students get to college to learn about critical scholars that are for them? They can start the work now. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you and your students. Take care and be blessed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Dr. Woods. I look forward to working with your students. Thank you, parents.
So now we will have Mr. Jones, and he will present his course.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm Alonzo Jones. I currently teach math and science at the Boys Academic Leadership Academy. So just a little bit about me. I am a very, very big science person. And everything to me is science. So as far as in terms of the class, a fun fact about me is before I was a teacher, I worked as a chemist. And while I worked in the lab, I went to culinary school for fun. So I went to LA Trade Tech. I'm originally from Chicago. Chicago is a very big eating out, and I love pizza. I love pizza so much that this past summer, I went and got certified in the Neapolitan pizza. But like I said, everything is science to me. So one of the things we'll be talking about doing is that we're gonna do a lot of hands-on stuff as far as video game design and cooking. Now the cool thing is in your other classes will help you with the stuff that we're going to do. We're going to do some coding, but everything is going to be evolved around science, cooking, and music. I play 4 instruments. I come from a jazz family. My grandfather used to play for Count Basie. So I'm a big jazz head. Now, we'll be doing robo-blocking, which will teach you coding basics and stuff like that. But the cool thing I like about robo-blocking is it teaches you the stuff that what happens more behind the scenes. We also will do a little video game design as well. But on top of that, outside of the Scratch stuff, we'll also be learning some Unity. And Unity is one of the things you use for Fortnite. It's the language that you use for Fortnite. Now, the real thing I'm really excited for And I got excited when I was listening to Dr. and Mr. Williams, is that ear sketch is you're doing coding, but you're using music. So the cool thing is, so the things you'll be making with your other you can use for us, and we'll expose you to music, jazz, classical, and make it all incorporating and stuff like that. Then time permits, we'll make some candy. I'll do a lab outside where I'll fire up my pizza oven and show you how to do a pizza inside the house. It's extremely easy. It's extremely cheap to make. And once we make one, you can get mad because you can be like, I'm not going to Domino's or anything else ever again. All right. But I look forward to seeing everybody. Look forward to having fun. Just remember, science is the end result of a whole bunch of people's mistakes. And we can have fun making mistakes. And that's how you get good and that's how you get great. All right, so I look forward to seeing everybody.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jones. And you said pizza, that's, love it. So I might be having a little drive-by there to pick up some. So thank you so much. Now we would have Mr. Newhouse.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Daryl Newhouse. I'm a teacher at Fauché Learning Center. Been with the district for some time. Teach over 20 years of mathematics. In the last 10 years, I've been doing engineering and robotics. Interesting fact about myself is my robotic team actually had an appearance on the show Blackish. They needed some robots and they came looking for us and we were able to help them out. So anyway, now someone's already mentioned something about ear sketch. So I'm gonna share a video, a video and a quick PowerPoint. All right, if you guys recognize the artist, this is Pharrell Williams, I should say. And he and Amazon and Georgia Tech came up with this program that's encouraging young people to get involved in their community in order to solve these social injustice problems. The best way to solve them would be nonviolent. And the nonviolent way is learn music, learn coding, and send your message of injustice through your coding and your music. So let me show you, let's see, there's part one. Okay, we're gonna look at a video. So you're gonna learn coding through music. These sounds are sounds from artists. So you can take these sounds and mix and match. You're gonna learn, for me, I've chosen Python as the coding language. And this program is good for anyone over 12 years old, 12 years and older.
Do you want to create amazing music?
Producing your very own original song?
In any genre.
Hip hop?
Yep.
Dubstep? Definitely.
Pop?
Uh-huh.
Trap?
Yes again.
EDM?
Absolutely. Even gospel?
You know it. Any music genre you can think of.
And you can even use music samples from famous artists like Sierra.
And Common.
Just go to earsketch.gatech.edu.
Then hit the link to find all the tools you need.
Sounds.
Beats.
And code. Wait, code? No one said anything about code?
Don't let that freak you out. Nowadays, tons of music is made using simple code.
Using languages like Python and JavaScript.
You don't even need any coding experience or even music experience.
This is a song I made.
And mine.
And mine.
Any student can do this.
So what are you waiting for?
Just click Get Started on the Earsketch site.
To start making music.
An ear sketch could make you.
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 You, the next big music producer.
All right, we're going to just take one look at a student sample. This is what one student came up with.
Cause I hustle till I pass out. Trade out my shoe boxes like the bank now. Guess you can say that I'm the man now. On that big boss level, and I put that on myself. Cause I hustle till I pass out. Trade out my shoe boxes like the bank now.
Real quick. By the way, this is actually a competition. The competition goes until June, I believe June 12th. There are 6 modules. Each module is an hour long. So if we do this right, they should have an end product at week 7 that hopefully we can enter there's prizes up to $5,000. 5 students are get $5,000. Like 200 students will get $1,000 or something crazy like that. It's very exciting. It's unique. It's problem solving. It's art. It's coding. It's just a different way of educating students. Something that they're passionate about is music. So we want them to understand that not only can you learn music, you can code your music, and there's a lot of job opportunities for those that learn to code the music. All right. Anyway, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Newhouse. Appreciate that. Is there an age limit to that competition? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's funny.
Thank you. So we have Mr. Bashi, who will also be teaching the technology course, computer science with technology.
Hi, everybody. Hi, parents, students. Welcome. I'm proud to be here. My name is Mr. Bashi, and I teach computer science and robotics at Hale Chartered Academy. I have a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering and a master's in computer science. A fun fact about me that I worked as a software engineer, computer programmer for years before I became a teacher. Last round, my class was all about artificial intelligence, and we did a couple of projects with students in that area. This year, I will be teaching physical computing using microbits. If you're not familiar with microbit, I'm going to share my screen here and show it to you. Microbits are these small chips. We already ordered this for all students. They'll be connecting this to their computers, and they will be able to create a lot of different projects, fun projects. I have some samples here. If you can see, we could do like rock, paper, scissors project. We could do different games. And it's going to be pretty interesting. They can use Microsoft Make Code to create their code. They can also use Scratch. So both platforms, we're going to use both platforms, and it's up to students on like which one they want to choose for their final projects. But they will be able to use both. And that's it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very interesting since it's a physical computing project and students can really see the result of the projects running on their devices. It's going to be very interesting. Again, there are a lot of samples here that you can check. These are all student work. They created like robots or trains using these microbit chips. There's so much you can do with this really small device. So hopefully this will be the first step for all students to get started on physical computing.
Thank you, Mr. Bashi. And did you mention that they're also going to receive that? Receive the?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we've already ordered the chips, and all students in my class will receive a kit.
Yes, thank you, thank you. So now we have Mr. Reyes, also computer science with technology, robotics.
Pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again. This is our second time working at this, and we're getting better with time, like everything else. I come from industry. I come from the aerospace industry, where I was a quality assurance engineer. And then I fell in love with teaching. I found my way in the classroom, and that has significantly changed my life. So in my classroom, I am disciplined in computer-based technology, and I taught robotics, and I taught aerospace education, at which point earlier in the very beginning of the presentation, it was alluded that it is important to have people that look like you. And that is so true for me. So when I went ahead to create the aerospace lab over at Crenshaw, we created it and we gave it the name the Bessie Coleman Aerospace Lab. And out of that, can I share my screen for a minute there? I'm good? Okay, let me just pull up right quick a couple of things, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, we created the Bessie Coleman Aerospace Laboratory. And out of that, we brought in pilots. This is the very first African-American pilot that flew for a company called TWA that was no longer around. And we brought in stewardesses, and we brought these people here at the time, they worked for different Delta Airlines and other places like that. And we brought in, we taught robotics, and we brought people from the aerospace industry as mentors and volunteer. This young man right here he enrolled in the Air Force Academy. He and his brother ended up working at the Aerospace Corporation in El Segundo. And then over here, we have a pilot that returned from Embry-Riddle in Prescott, Arizona, that came back to say, thank you, Mr. Reyes. We appreciate what you've done for us. Now, what am I going to do for I'm going to stop sharing my screen. What are we going to do for your kids? Okay, your kids this time around, we're going to teach them how to build apps. I'm going to share my screen once more, and I will take you to an app. Now, they will build an app, and my favorite thing is I always say things like, listen, I'm always looking for opportunity, guys. That's what I tell my kids. And I need you to look for opportunities too. So when you build an app, and if you build an app and you sell it for $1 on the World Wide Web, you get it into the Play Store. After you sell it to 1 million people, what does that make you? And generally the response is, yes, a millionaire. And I want them to think in terms of that, because money drives education. That's at least my concept of it. So over here, I've got a little app that was built last semester. Okay, and it is designed to play on your phone. So it can be exported and shared to the telephone. Now, I'm going to run this app just for a bit. And it utilizes sound. It's a very basic app with 3 screens. So you click Get Started, and then it says, catch this rabbit before it eats up all the carrots. And you try to click on the rabbit. The rabbit moves and jumps around the screen at random. And then if you hit the background, it says, oh, you lose, try again. They begin by working with blocks. However, let me move something out of my screen here for 1 second. We move them, and the group that's returning with me this semester, they're going to be working in Java. This is where they get their hands dirty with the Java code. So we'll be working in Java. We'll be building apps. Those that return, we're going to introduce a new element called time and points. So they're going to have to use random variables and all the variables that's responsible for keeping track of time and the game, so that you can decide when you win or when you lose. I never forget, there was an app out there one time ago called Angry Birds, and they literally gave away the first edition of Angry Birds, and then they sold every revision after that, and people were so hooked. And so I want your kid, I want you, I want us all to begin to think of entrepreneurial way. I stem from the line of thinking of Marcus Garvey and Malcolm, Black entrepreneurship, self-development, that kind of thing. So that is the avenue through which I want to walk your child and your students down that road, so that we can become independent people, and not just people, but wealthy people. Okay.
For Mr. Reyes, thank you so much for the entrepreneurship and that experience, and the students are just kind of have great time. And then now we have Dr. Reyes, who will be teaching math with science.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Gillen Waters, can you put that slide back up for me, please? Is that okay? Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Reyes. I am the magnet coordinator at Daniel Webster STEAM Magnet. I have 20 years of experience teaching within LA Unified, and I am a proud graduate of LMU, UCLA, and USC. My fun fact for this evening is that I once spent 2 weeks living on a beach in Mexico studying invertebrates. Very hands-on, very passionate about science, very passionate about marine biology. I will be teaching math science. I have a middle school session and a high school session this semester. The middle school students will do a version of what the high school students did last semester, but it's been modified for their grade level. So our focus is going to be on bacteria and viruses, and we'll be looking at rates of infection, modes of infection, and prevention mechanisms, and careers related to this field of virology. The culminating activity for students will involve designing fictitious viruses or bacteria and demonstrating their understanding of rates, graphical representations of growths, and modes of infection through virtual or physical 3D models. So students will kind of look at all of the characteristics of bacteria and viruses, and that'll be our science foundation, as well as they will look at the mathematical concepts of rates, proportions, ratios, etc. For high school students, we will be looking at the intersection of math and science by looking at population ecology. And so we're going to pick up from where we left off. And in this semester, students are going to choose a species to study and do a species study of their population to determine what we might expect for that species in the future. Do we expect them to continue to grow? Do we expect them to be at risk of extinction, etc.? And through this exploration of organisms, we're going to look at exponential versus logistical growth. We're going to end with a kind of poster display, teaching students kind of the aspects of presenting information in a forum. So that's kind of what you can expect from me in the math science portion.
Thank you so much, Dr. Reyes, and look forward to the continuation of the programs. So now you've heard from the teachers, and I hope you felt the passion. I mean, I was just thinking, like, I wish I were in the classes because I would learn so much more than just the regular, sit in the seat and listen to the teacher. So all your instructors, all of them are going to be very interactive, very engaging, and they want you to learn and have fun, or say fun and learn. So we really want the students to, students and parents, hope you know that what you've seen here is just the passion and the compassion for your child, our students, and really hope that you are excited as we are. So just a little bit more about the sessions. Signing in, you'll get that information in the next slide, but sign in at 8:55. And I know it's Saturday, I know, but it's going to be fun, I promise you. And then 9 a.m. to 10:30, session 1. There's a break, a 15-minute break, just to stretch and, and then come back. So session 2 will be 10:45 to 12:15, and we sign out at 12:30, and that's just basically the teachers on the sign at 12:30, but students, it's over at 12:15, and then you have the rest of the day. So we really hope that you again are as excited as we are, and I'm not just saying that. Okay, so now we'll have Dr. Gillenwaters, who will share with you just how to sign in, so we'll be able to start right on February 27th.
So very quickly, everyone has received their course assignments, and the days do begin on Schoology. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to ensure that you can log on to Schoology. You go to the students and you go to courses, and you should already have been enrolled. You have session 1 and you have session 2. So that's the first step to ensure that you are enrolled in your Schoology course. So when you leave this meeting today, make sure that you can log in and that you've been assigned to both of your sessions. You've been enrolled already. On the actual days, once again, we begin in our Schoology course. As Dr. Woods just said, 8:55, the first session begins at 9 a.m. So here we have our interactive buttons. So you'll click. Once I get to my Schoology course, oh, wow, I'm in Dr. Reyes's class. So I went here, when I log on to Schoology, once again, when you go back and you log in as a student, it'll take me to your courses. My first course is Dr. Reyes. So when I get to the class, I click here so that I can take attendance. When you click that button, your attendance form will pop up and it looks like this. So all you have to do is write your name, type your name in, and you select the date. You select your grade and then you submit. That's how you take attendance. Then you come back to your Schoology course and you click here for Zoom, and this takes you to your course. As you see here in Dr. Reyes's class, if you were trying to go there today, it says we're waiting for the host to start that meeting, and they begin on February 27th. So once again, we have our interactive bullets. If you have any questions on those days, you can hit the main office and you'll get one of us so that we can answer any questions that you do have.
So thank you so much, Dr. Gillen Waters. So again, the first day of class is February 27th, and there's no class on March 27th and April 3rd due to our spring break. Want you to save the date. I don't know if you were able to attend the workshop on or the conference on February 6th, but we had entrepreneurship, we had financial literacy, we had advocacy, student advocacy. So we really want you to participate again, and we'll have many, many more presenters, and that will be on May 15th. So save that date. And then the announcements, just want to share with you all that's going on within Access, Equity, and Acceleration. I'm just going to highlight a few. This is our website, so that information will be given to you again, and I will have an email for you as far as how to access. So just a few announcements. The Black College Expo is February 19th and 20th, and I have 2,000 tickets. So I know that many high school students have access, but all students, middle school, because it's not too early to find out the resources that are provided for you. So February 19th and the 20th, it's a Friday and Saturday. And again, you can access it, and we have a link for you if you want to, not for free, but it is for free. So log on to the LAUSD only and provide that link for you. And then naturally we have there's a talent show. I don't know where, that's up here. Audition, a talent show. So many of you have expertise, and the virtual talent hunt show is by a fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, and there are cash prizes for that also. So please take advantage of that. And again, that information is for you. An audition deadline is March 7th. Okay. And then just one more, let me see what else. I'm sorry. So we have a African American History Month contest, and highlight that, and essay and multimedia contest. And again, there are prizes for that. We just had a Latinx contest, and students won monetary awards for that. So your talent, the essay or the multimedia, please show your talent. Please be involved. And the deadline is March 1st. So we have March 5th. So you have a couple of more, about a week and a half or so. Okay. So again, all this is on the website for you. Okay. So now just give you some time if any questions that you may have. Okay, there's one in the, okay, so what are the expectations if we go back to in-person learning? And we've actually had this conversation kind of back and forth because we thought we were going back, in December and so on. But really for this program, we're going to stay online virtually. But the conversation has been, how can we have like a summer camp? So you'll get more information about that. How can we have a little extension of this, but the summer camp, maybe, a couple of weeks, depending on when school begins and so on. So right now, to answer your questions, we will remain virtually for this session, but in the summer, we're thinking about expanding that so we can have maybe a hybrid type of situation where in the brick and mortar and online. So we'll give you more information about that. Just really looking forward to this program, the Academy. And again, you've seen the passion that our instructors have, and they're really looking forward to the program. If you have any questions, please, hear the emails of all of us, my email and Dr. Gillenwater and then Ms. Evers will also be available to answer those kind of questions you may have. So without anything further, if we have no more questions, thank you so much for participating and look forward to seeing you on February 27th. Thank you.